Welcome back, fellow gravel elitists. Today we are going to slum it once again on some pavement. Today we're going to do a ride that we actually did over a decade ago. Pretty climby. We're going to go up Old San Marcos Road and check out some cool painted cave. Do you remember the last time we did this?
I do. In fact, I was going to ask you if you remembered.
I'm still fully traumatized.
I remember that it was a painfully steep grade, probably made even more painful by the fact we were touring, so we had, you know, a heavy load. I also remember, didn't you break a chain or drop a chain or something broke on your bike?
Yeah, I think it gets up to 14%, and it was super hot that day, and my chain just snapped. So there's a photo somewhere of me, you know, using a chain tool, reassembling the chain on the side of Old San Marcos Road. So today's ride, a bit of revenge to see if we can get all the way to the top without any mechanicals and check out some things. So some interesting history behind this route. Apparently it was an old stagecoach route and it replaced another route known as Slippery Rock. And apparently it was called Slippery Rock because it was super slippery. So much so that they actually had to carve grooves so the horses could navigate it. And it became known as a great place to hold up a Wells Fargo stagecoach. So there you go. Across a little creek here, the road has narrowed significantly and it's starting to climb. So this road is not messing around. Right into 8 and 9% after that creek. This giant weight here is how my legs feel at the moment. Okay, so the road has narrowed again and the lane marking has disappeared. Usually means less traffic. The climb is still a steady 8%. So there's that.
Beautiful up here, huh?
Yeah. So as far as pavement rides go, this is pretty good. There is some traffic, but everyone's driving really slow because it is kind of really windy and narrow and not a place you want to go over the edge. Gotta love these switchbacks though, they're so cool. So far, 2 miles, 600 feet. You can see that's the ocean all the way over there. What do you think so far?
Well, for starters, it's not as steep as I was remembering or fearing yet, at least. And then I can't help but wonder, like, hi.
Hi.
I love that there's other cyclists up here. But why are there so many cars in the middle of the day on a Monday? Where are all these people going? Why are they taking the squiggly route?
Yeah, I did think it was gonna be a lot quieter. I mean, as far as roads go, I know someone's already raking us over the coals already. That looks like a nice ride. But we've ridden some truly remote roads with no traffic. So relative to that, to our experience, more traffic than we would prefer. So I feel like it might have been on this plot of dirt or something like it that I pulled over to fix my chain last time we were up here. Huh. Look at these views though. Man, there's some crazy switchbacks here. They're so steep. They look so rad. I was beginning to wonder if you're gonna make up all that elevation because we've been cruising at a reasonable grade, but this upper part gets really punchy. Okay, so we just wrapped up the Old San Marcos climb, and it's came out to about 3.4 miles, 1,200 feet. of elevation gain. A little bit, actually a lot less than I thought. We do have a couple more miles till the Painted Caves, so I suspect after we cross 154, it'll get super steep.
Well, I'm pleasantly surprised by the climb because it doesn't jive at all with what I remember. Painful experience to have been. But that was like 13 years ago, so.
We also don't have like 4 painters on the bike.
There's that also.
Are you ready? The road tradition of crossing the highway once again.
Yes. Run as fast as possible. I think I can see where we're going. And I think I see it like zigzag very steeply up the hill there, so I'm a little nervous about what we're in for yet.
Yeah, we still have to make like 2,000 feet of elevation, so whatever it is, it's not. Yeah, I see it now. Holy cow. It's that little squiggly line. All right, let's cross the highway. After this truck. Oh my God! Just crossed the highway straight into the climb. Bam, double digits. This is where we gained that last 2,000 feet. This road is pretty insane. What do you think?
This road is pretty insane. I don't know who built this road. It just like goes like straight up. The views are amazing though.
Found one of the few patches of shade over here. We've ridden about 5 miles, but climbed about 1,800 feet. So we've got, I know, Laura's just laughing. We've got another 1,200 feet to find in a couple miles. So yeah, I'd say it's a climbing ride. Another car. I feel like I'd be terrified to drive this road, because what do you do when there's another oncoming car? You know, one of you has to back out or something. Anyways, just riding party pace, hoping to get to the Painted Caves. I remember wanting to pedal up here when we were on tour, but I'm glad that we didn't, because this would have broken my soul and my spirit profoundly, probably permanently. Yay! So the whole reason for doing this ride, we've arrived. I love this kind of grove of trees here. Whew. Welcome shade. Are you ready to check out the caves?
I am. We let all of this suffering be for a reason.
It is so nice here with the trees and the shade. Good respite from the climb. Starting to get really hot, so if you're gonna do this and you're not acclimated to heat
and sun,
then do it in the winter like we are. So the Chumash were the indigenous peoples all around the central California coast. I mean, a lot of the place names that we have today, like San Ynez, Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo, those were all based on Chumash tribal names. You know, they lived in all these lands, and then the Spanish colonizers came, set up the mission system. They had depleted their population. This is kind of what's left of some of their, I guess, more of their ancestral record. GoPro's too dark to show you what's in there. I might put some pictures up, but basically, this is what I know. The Chumash didn't have a written language, or at least an alphabet. They did have a pictograph system, and they used pictographs to kind of depict important like celestial happenings. And if you look at their paintings, they're mostly done in kind of red, white, and black. The red is from iron oxide, the black is from charcoal, and the white is from fossilized diatoms that they all crush up into bowls, mixed with water, and painted on the walls. Surprisingly, many of them are still intact because they are painted in caves. You can see this one is locked up. No flash photography, just to kind of preserve the pigment. But pretty cool that this is here. I mean, this is old. I think it's pretty cool to finally make it up here after hearing about this place and wanting to go up here a decade ago, but not being able to. What's that?
Birds. Birds that you might find in the area.
So we've seen a lot of acorn woodpecker, thrasher, white-crowned sparrow. Actually, I think we've seen all these birds at some point on this trip, except for the wren. Except for the wren.
And the hermit thrush. People's weird notes. Smoke some weed.
Yes, Chumash left a very dignified cave with pictographs. More recent times, it's a mead notebook with a drawing of boobs. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know. So we've got a decision to make. I wanted to see the caves for sure. So mission accomplished. We're at 5.6 miles and about 2,200 feet. Still also want to take a peek at Camino Cielo while we're up here, which would be up yonder. So probably another 800 feet or so.
Over how many miles?
I don't know. Over maybe like 2 miles, 3 miles.
It's reasonable.
We'll see. All right, want to go up?
Sure.
All right, I think this is the intersection of Camino Cielo. But it's kind of cool to finally make it on this road. A lot of you may be familiar with the brand Chris King. They were actually based in Santa Barbara before moving to Portland. And when they were making bikes, they had a bike called the Cielo. It was named after this road. So that was pretty trippy. Apparently they're doing power line work up here, hence helicopters.
Not every day you ride 7 miles straight up into a mountain and then have to wait on a helicopter.
Now that we're on Camino Cielo, grade's actually pretty reasonable.
It's because there's no place more to go up.
That's true. I think it's cool to finally make it up here. It's been on my kind of personal bucket list for a long time. Stoked that we were able to make that happen on this trip. Part of me wishes that I had a little bit more fitness, or we had a little bit more fitness so we can make a bigger ride, but...
I would say, I feel like we scooped up the best bit of it. I feel like there's no guarantee that a bigger, longer ride would necessarily be any better than the bit that we've done.
Yeah, this is pretty nice what we've done today.
Worth it, definitely worth it.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna flip it here. We got a little bit of a taste of Camino Cielo.
Yeah, this has been a really great ride. Like, I love that even though it's paved, it was really interesting, you know? Like, a lot of like really tight curves, kind of keep you maneuvering the bike, you know, and just amazing views at every turn. And
if you're in the area, you know, go midweek, go when it's in the cooler months, and you can enjoy a relatively, you know, traffic light climb. So I think we're gonna flip it here and wrap it up at the park, but let's go downhill. We are at our favorite post ride, which is In-N-Out out there in the back. That descent was pretty nuts.
I feel like the road just sort of, like, it just threw us over the edge.
What's crazy is that I think climbing, I mean, it certainly feels steep when you're climbing, but visually it doesn't look steep until you're descending and you're just pitched forward and you see the shadow of the inside curve. Anyways, it was nuts. As far as road ride goes, I think it's actually pretty good. What do you think? Is it bucket list worthy?
I would say so. Yeah, I mean, it's just got some really incredible views. All those switchback curves are just fun to ride. Yeah, and just neat to see you know, the painted caves and get all the way up to the top there and be able to look out.
See the ocean.
Yeah.
So if you're visiting Santa Barbara, definitely one to check out. It is on the climby side, so be forewarned. I'm gonna put our route in the description below. And if you've been enjoying these videos, consider buying a sticker or a stem cap at our brand new store, or join us on Patreon. And as always, keep this up upside down.